One day in August 1944, the German army launched its strongest offensive against the Soviet positions. Under the cover of multiple tanks and armored vehicles, German soldiers intend to seize the small bridge in front in order to open up the road to attack important cities in the Soviet Union. This is also the last line of defense for the Soviet army. Once the Germans break through, the consequences will be disastrous. Facing the powerful firepower of the German army, Soviet soldiers were not afraid. The Soviet troops who were standing inside had to stop. Maxim MT and DP-28 light machine guns fiercely fire at the enemy. The artillerymen were also skillfully controlled. The 57mm anti-tank gun opened fire first, hit an enemy tank with one hit. German tanks parked on the bridge, unable to move, blocking the way behind. At this time, a Tiger light tank rushed up, pushed the abandoned tank in front of the river. The anti-tank gun loaded armor-piercing rounds and fired again. Beautiful hit again. This kind of artillery, it was specially designed to deal with German tanks. Graham has strong armor-piercing ability. The people inside the tanks he hit were either dead or injured. German tanks and armored vehicles were so frightened that they retreated. A few hours later, the German army launched a more violent attack. This time more tanks were put in. Even the number 3 assault gun was used. This weapon is very powerful. It's specially designed to deal with tanks. His armor is very thick. It is difficult for ordinary tanks and anti-tank guns to penetrate it. Soviet artillery quickly loaded armor-piercing shells and opened fire. A beautiful blow hit the front tank. One more shot. Hitting the last car is fine now. The entire attacking team was unable to move. The German soldiers had no choice but to get out of the car and join the fight. The devil who lost his protection was severely hit by the vitality of the Soviet army. At this time, German support tanks arrived. Soviet artillerymen urgently adjusted the breach. Aim at the enemy tank and hit it accurately with one shot. Under the continuous precise strikes of Soviet artillery, killed 9 tanks in 7 minutes. Isn't that admirable? It's really amazing. The Soviet command ordered a retreat. At this time, the German number 3 assault gun also rushed up. If you don't kill this guy, he will be a big threat. Xiao Shuai decided to stay and kill him before retreating. This tank destroyer has very heavy armor. Ordinary artillery can't penetrate it at all. At this time, Xiao Shuai had an idea. He once took a hit during training. He wants to try this trick. At this time, several grenades were thrown in.